Today, Designer interviews us about the Coastal Source audio system. Hi, I'm Chris Berry, and I'm with Smart Home and Theater Systems. Today, I'm with Jennifer Napolitano from Design House Interiors out of Wallingford, Connecticut, and we're here to talk about the Coastal Source audio system and incorporating that in design outside in your backyard. And if you stick around, there's some bloopers at the end of this video that I think you'll really like.
I love outdoor entertaining. It's very important to me, and big part of outdoor entertaining is the music. And I live by a busy street, and sometimes the road noise just really drowns things out, dogs barking. So I invited Chris from Smart Home and Theater Systems over today to show me a little bit more about their branded outdoor speaker systems and how they could really enhance my outdoor parties.
Thanks, Jennifer. I'm happy to be here today.
Excellent, excellent. Well, these are fantastic. They're really amazing. We've been playing with them. We've been listening to them. They sound amazing. How do you optimize them for outdoor entertaining?
Well, let me tell you, we've been selling outdoor speakers for a long time, and Coastal Source came along with this system, and it is fantastic. We're not putting speakers on the side of your house. We're incorporating speakers into the landscape, and they are designed from the ground up to be outdoor speakers. Many manufacturers make speakers that are really interior speakers, and they slap a plastic case around them and put them outside. These are designed to be in this space, to be in a space that has no walls, and they sound fantastic.
Wow, really? So I see the ones that we have here have these black shells on them. You know, aesthetics are very important to me as a designer, and I might not want these big tubular black things in my landscape. How can I incorporate that a little bit better?
Yeah, so what you're seeing right now is the speaker out of the box, and many people will use it this way. It actually can be buried, so about half of it goes into the ground, and it's about 18 inches high.
Oh, wow.
So even in a bed like this, it could be pretty low and blend into the landscape. Very often, though, people want speakers outside of the beds, and these can actually be custom wrapped with different types of exteriors. They can do like the trunk of a tree, or they can do very tall grass, and it can blend right into the environment.
And now how does that work with my landscaping and my gardeners coming in and they're going to throw mulch over it and it's going to get rained on? Doesn't that hurt these little holes? Aren't things going to get in those little holes and damage the sound?
So Coastal's thought of everything, right? They've designed it from the ground up, so even the components inside can get wet. So rain can go through the holes, hit the speaker, hit the drivers, they drain. The cables are super beefy, and instead of using like wire nuts to connect them, they've got screw connectors that you literally can put 100 pounds of pressure on and they will not come apart. So when it comes to landscaping and people working in your yard, this wire is buried just like you would bury landscape lighting wire.
Okay.
And it's underground. It should have no issue at all with landscaping.
Now tell me a little more about how they bury those wires. Should I be concerned about them digging up my grass or, moving plants that I don't want moved, or, can they incorporate it really anywhere?
They can be put anywhere. There's obviously local codes. So local codes will tell how deep the wires have to go. So the speaker wires are very robust, and the installation is very simple. We do a very sort of narrow trench between speakers and between the different components. It's buried, it's out of the way, and it's an easy sort of very same-day install in most cases.
Okay. If I want to plant something later on near my speakers, is that going to be a concern? Do I need to worry about, messing up those wires once they're in the ground?
No, you really don't, but the towns have dig safe, so when you dig in the street, you don't hit an electrical wire.
Yes.
What you would want to do with us is have us come out and mark our wires so you wouldn't dig them up. And you'd want to do the same thing with a sprinkler system or landscape lighting as well to make sure that you didn't dig anything up. Bottom line is, if you do, wires are repairable.
Okay. Can it be placed near a sprinkler system?
Yes, they're totally waterproof. You could pour water on them all day long and they'll continue to work.
Wow, that's really incredible. So I understand that the wires are buried and all of that. You don't see any of it, but where do I plug it in? Do I need to have an outdoor plug?
It does take power, and so that can be in a typical situation like where there's a pool. We would put the device near the pool house and just
Okay.
plug it in. A dedicated outlet on the side of the house could be used as well, and that's the way that we would power the system.
So does the wire come out of the ground and then plug into the outlet?
It does. There's several ways to do it. That wire could be run into the basement, and power could be accessed there as
Okay.
well.
So it can be hardwired into my existing power source of
If you
the
give
home.
if you give us access to the basement, we could put the power supplies inside and just run speaker wires out.
Okay. Okay. I like
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Install. They can get rained on. I don't have to worry about my landscapers messing them up with the lawnmowers and all of that. How do I operate it? Do I have to like turn a switch? Do I need to come outside and turn them on, or tell me?
Well, the great thing about it is, in a lot of cases, clients will already have an audio system inside, so we can incorporate it into that audio system, or it can be standalone, completely installed outside. We need no access to your home, so we just plug it into the side of an outlet, and then all the wires are buried. All of the components are waterproof, so they can be installed anywhere. Operation of the system is done as easy as just from your smart device.
Oh,
So
really?
either Android phone or an iPhone, and you could use Sonos. That's a very popular music system, so we
Okay.
can apply one of those to the speaker system,
I like
and
it.
play, pause, volume up and down, and select any source.
So I can control the volume just from my smartphone. I can turn
Yes.
it on, turn it off from my smartphone.
Exactly.
The phone rings, I can just hit a button and they turn off and I can answer my
Yep,
phone.
pause, answer the call.
Awesome, that's terrific. I really like that aspect of it. I don't
Yeah.
want to have to get up when I'm lounging on my chairs and
course.
it's a beautiful sunny day. I don't want to have to mess with my audio. I want to do it right here and right there.
Right.
Love that. Awesome. So, Chris, I mentioned earlier that I have a lot of road traffic, and it drives me crazy sometimes. But, not all the time do I want to listen to music. Sometimes it's just the birds chirping or just drowning out the guy who's doing some drilling in the yard next to me. Can I put anything on these speakers? It's not just music, right? I can add wellness sounds?
Absolutely. With the Sonos device, you can play any sort of music file that's directly on your phone.
Okay.
So if you wanted to have like let's say you wanted a waterfall sound, or you wanted some white noise
Yeah.
to drown out like traffic or chainsaw or whatever it is, you could play that for sure. We've people who play spa music and turn their backyard into a spa.
I love that.
And obviously you could do certain activities to it, like yoga or something like that, and make it a very relaxing environment.
Excellent, excellent. So obviously we're social distancing and everyone is concerned about people coming into their home at this time. Do you have to come into my house to install it?
Absolutely not. If you have an exterior 120 volt outlet, I can do the entire installation outside.
Love it. I have a crazy rambunctious dog. He's a maniac. He runs around like insanity. He's going to check out these speakers and he's going to want to see what's up. He's going to be digging at them. He's going to be sniffing at them. Do I need to be concerned that he's going to mess them up or pull up a wire?
No, absolutely not. The wires come actually directly out of the base of the speakers, and if you go for the option of having them buried in the ground, you don't even see the wire at all.
How can I expect this to last year after year? Is it going to last very long? Is this something that I could really feel comfortable putting my money into?
Sure, the speaker system is designed, again, from the ground up to be outside, and it has a class-leading warranty on it. So
warranty is great.
It is designed to last for years and years outside, absolutely. And it's designed to sound great year after year.
Terrific. So, Chris, my husband, he's a musician, he's a real audiophile. Sound is everything. How is this really going to sound to somebody who's got such a critical ear?
Jennifer, these are unbelievable speakers. They put so much engineering into them. They're crystal clear. They're distortion-free.
Wow.
They're literally audiophile grade speakers. And you will think that you're inside when you hear them because of the way that they've been designed and how well they fill the outdoor space.
Terrific. I like to listen to things in the summertime that are going to want to make me dance and feel good and have fun. My husband, on the other hand, wants to listen to things that are a little bit more hear classical or whatever it may be, sometimes our music tastes don't always jive. Is both types of music going to sound good?
Yeah, not only do all types of music sound great on these speakers, but all different volume levels sound great. A lot of speakers, when you turn them way down, you lose some of the body of the sound.
Can I drop the bass?
And you can drop the bass, absolutely. These things rock. I can turn your backyard into a dance floor, into a dance club.
Ooh, I dig it the most.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, like I said, I like to drop bass. If I want to add additional speakers that just contain bass, can I turn different speakers up to contain different sounds? Can I isolate sounds to speakers?
You can. The system can be designed in zones. So you could have a pool zone, you could have a garden zone,
Okay.
you could have a whatever your spaces are, could have individual zones, and those could be, volumes could be independent. And sources could be independent. Someone could be listening to rock music at the pool, and somebody in the garden could be listening to classical.
So I can switch up if I have several different areas in my garden where people are going to utilize these speakers. People can be enjoying them in different ways in different areas at the same time.
Yes, exactly. And with the same system, though, if you have a party and you want some continuity, we can have the music playing at different volume levels, but the same music, so that people walk from area to area and they just hear the music as they're approaching, and maybe it's louder in the main party area, but as you're approaching you hear what's going on.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So we talked about my neighbors and how they have their machines going and all of that. I personally don't like to annoy my neighbors. Do I have to worry about this being something that they're going to call me on the phone and be like, you need to turn that down?
Absolutely not. If you've got close neighbors, this is the perfect system, and it can be designed so that the bass, and it's the lower level frequencies that really travel and would really make your neighbors mad. We can install a system that sort of counteracts that bass and leaves it just in your backyard.
Really?
And eliminates it for your neighbors.
Can I turn it around the other way?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
All right, well, I'll save that for a special moment. So I know that Smart Home does all of this for outside because we just talked about that. What about outdoor TVs? Do you guys install outdoor TVs?
Yes, absolutely. We have a couple of different lines that we carry.
You do?
And we can install those. They stay out year-round.
Really?
We can incorporate the sound into the Coastal Source system. So if you wanted to, let's say you wanted to watch a rock concert, we could have the concert going through the speaker system, and then you're watching the video right there on the outdoor TV.
That sounds epic. Sign me up. So I have the TV running, the speakers are playing, and my son is up in his room playing one of those video games with his friends that suck up all our Wi-Fi. Makes me insane. Is this going to slow down his Wi-Fi so I have to hear him complaining about it?
Absolutely not. And at Smart Home, we actually install really good Wi-Fi systems that allow for hundreds of concurrent clients, which means you could have multiple people streaming video and it wouldn't hamper the network. But it comes to a good point. You know, people are going to be looking at their backyards and saying, I want to be able to enjoy the outside with more than just the outside. And that's why we're talking about the speaker system today. And you mentioned TVs earlier, and now we're talking about Wi-Fi. People are really looking to create an outdoor room. And
yes.
That's what we want to do, is bring the complete package anchored by a really good Coastal Source sound system, and bring in audio and video and great Wi-Fi, and make the outside just as usable as the inside.
So working with an interior designer like myself, who can also help people expand upon their outdoor spaces to make them feel like indoor spaces, they're really incorporating that indoor feeling outside during these warmer months and having all of those comforts of home outside, their outdoor living room, their outdoor TV, their outdoor sound system, so they can really spend their entire summer outside like if they were at their own personal resort. I love it. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, making the backyard a vacation place. And
yes.
You know, a lot of people are going to be working from home, and a lot of homes only have one office. So it might be that someone needs to do a Zoom call on their phone at the outdoor deck table. We want to make sure there's really fast Wi-Fi there so there's none of that glitching that you see.
Fantastic. That's amazing.
Jennifer, thank you for letting us come and actually demo the system, and we can do this demo anywhere. So if you have clients or if anybody watching out there wants to hear this in their backyard, give us a call. We'll do a free demo. Thank you very much for watching.
Excellent. So today I have Chris Barry from
You could just start it, Chris Barry.
I know the name. Okay, I know. Okay, ready?
It's not how I
know,
normally talk.
it's
Like
not natural.
not all of a sudden I'm like, well, Jennifer,
I do that too.
it's just like
I
I'm
do
like,
that
okay, now I'm performing. Silly. And so it's way underneath the ground. There's no way that the dog can get to it. And
What if he pees on it?
Again, they're waterproof. They're water. I tried to put the dog in the footage.
I think we got enough to throw him in there somewhere.
That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like.